He made $30 million before he was 30. That's me training his sales staff. If I can slides, that's Shaq receiving $100 million award in 2023. I trained the sales staff between 2020 and 2023, so I think I had some impact on that myself. So again, great people to work with. This guy reached out to me, so the better you get in this industry, the more opportunities you can have, the more belief you have in yourself, the more opportunities you can get, right? Obviously, me working with the legendary Sir Marco Robinson, this was us planning out what we started 11 months ago, guys. And remember, that's $1.3 million ago, right? So do remember, if you guys, that took 7 to 9 closes because they fluctuate. They come on holiday, they go. So 7 to 9 closes that took. Great marketing, great closing, great business. Okay, remember that, guys. If you're a business owner, remember that you need the marketing skills and the closing skills, because no matter how good you are as a closer, you still need the skills, right? So, in summary, guys, I wanted to share with you today that investing in coaching changed my life. Okay, it changed my mindset, radically changed the way I carried myself, the belief, and then great things happen. But great things happening and still happen, working with amazing people. Some came to me, some I reached out to. So Marco, I reached out to. I was a client of his. I said, Marco, we have got to work together. Fortunately, he listened as well. Now, a little exercise, guys. I don't know how this is going to run. Tish, I'm going to need you on this one, because now you know a bit more about me. It's super important that we know about you, but more importantly, that you know why you're here, what your desires are. So we're going to have a little question, bit of a quiz, mini quiz. I'd like you guys to write in the chat, please. Okay, write in the chat, please. Write in the chat, please. Understanding your why. Understanding your why. Marco touched upon it earlier. It's so important, because once you know what you want, it's like having a roadmap to getting there. First, you start off with the destination. Okay, this is where I want to be. Okay, so this is where I am now. This is where I want to be. Why do I want to be there? Because if you ask these questions of yourselves, you come up with much better answers and you can be more motivated. So I'd like you guys to have a think for a second. Out of these 3 freedoms, remember, high ticket closing or running your own business from home online creates 3 freedoms, which to me means total freedom. All right. And I've been enjoying this for about 27 years myself, always having those freedoms, working from home, working from the beach, working from wherever. So these freedoms are, and I'm sure you'll agree, financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom. Okay. So I'd like you guys just to take a moment of reflection and ask yourselves, what's the most important for me right now? Which one of these is more important? And put that as number 1. And then number 2, time, and number 3, or whatever it is, number 3. Put them in order of what's the most important to you out of these 3 freedoms right now. And bear with me, guys, because this is important, because you will start to think in a different way. Those of you who haven't done this type of thing before, this will get you thinking in a way that, okay, this is why I'm motivated to do this. These are the reasons. These are my drivers, okay? Okay, so out of those 3, in order of most important to you, what's the number of importance, okay? Now, once you've done that, okay, a little bit of a quiz, okay, guys? What will achieving that freedom bring to your life right now? Okay, what will that bring to your life right now? In the chats, please, guys. And again, so financial freedoms is honesty, because when you have financial freedom, you have more power, more ability to do the things you love, right? So financial freedom. Let's cover that. And while I'm talking, let's write down the next question here. What's stopping you from achieving this right now? Be honest with yourselves here, guys. What's stopping you from achieving that financial freedom? Stopping you from traveling the world, stopping you from working from home, doing the things you love. Let's get these in the chat as well, guys, because this is important. You know, what's stopping you from achieving this right now? And remember, as a high ticket closer, financial freedom, when you're good at high ticket closing, you earn great commissions, right? You earn very good commissions. But if you're no good, you get zero because it's mostly commission only. That's the deal. So doesn't it make sense to be really, really good, right? Because the more time you spend, the more money you make when you're really good. Okay. The other good thing about this is if you want to make more money, 1 week, you can open up your diary and have 8 appointments a day. I won't recommend any more, 8 appointments a day. And with that, you should be hitting in the realms of 10K a month when you're good. On certain campaigns, more. Okay. Now, when you're starting out, it might take you a month or two to get there. Okay. But repetition is the mother of all mastery. Okay. Once you can do that, financial freedom starts to appear because you have more money in your account. Okay. Time freedom. Those of you that said time freedom, well, you can switch off your diary and have more social time.
Yep. Great.
Fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. And things like of speaking, being fearful of speaking, it's normal, you know, it's natural. And repetition, again, repetition. I used to have a phobia of speaking on stage. I used to have a phobia of speaking in public, right? Repetition, everybody does at first. Repetition, repetition. Before you know it, you love it, right? Especially overcoming that fear. So great answers, guys. Thank you. What do you need to become a $1 billion closer? Okay. What do you think you need to become a $1 billion closer? Okay. It's very simple, guys. You need the mentorship. You know, you can take 10 years to get here, or you can take a month, 2 months. It really is that much. I mean, if I was bouncing from sales job to sales job without being trained, and I was, you know, I was always good because I had that natural charisma, but never excellent. When I started studying my art, every campaign I went on, I was always the best or the second best very quickly. Okay. You need to skills. So a mentor can fast track this for you, saving you a lot of rejection, a lot of pain. Okay. Marketing. Like I mentioned earlier, we need a good leads. Okay. So you need to be working with a company that can provide you good leads. Marco Robinson, Sir Marco Robinson, is one of the best in the planet, I reckon, because I've worked with some of the biggest names in the planet. And this guy gets consistent, regular leads for our closers every day. Okay. So you need that good marketing to make it work. Okay. Without this, doesn't matter how good you are as a closer, you got no leads, you got no sales, right? Okay. So you need those 2 things. What else do you need? Systems, Zoom, email, and marketing methods for follow-ups. Okay. The fortune is in the follow-up. You know, 25% of buyers are one-call closes statistically. That means 75% are follow-up. So the fortune is always in the follow-up. However, I will be showing all of you how to one-call close by the time we reach day 4 and 5, and how to advance that sale on a one-call close if it's appropriate. Okay, there's a few provisos to a one-call close. We'll be covering them off in the 5 days. Okay, you need a community, people to support you and encourage you, because in sales you're going to get rejected most of the time. You know, a world-class closer will close 1 in 2, 1 in 3 leads, which is a great spend of your time, by the way. But that means you're still getting rejected most of the time. Okay, so a supportive group where you share war wounds, share victories, and grow together as a community will take you to the next level. Okay, which is 10K a month, 15K a month, and beyond. And that is life-changing to many people. Okay. So having the community, the leads, the marketing, very important. Okay. And progression, getting yourself better every day. You know, again, guys, you don't have to read the 500 books that I've read. You know, if you've got a mentor that will just look at you and see where your weaknesses are and where your strengths are, and then you're quickly fast tracked to making more money. It's a simple equation, right? Okay. We have lots of experience in doing that. Okay. We can help you with that. These 5 days, you're going to learn this. Okay. And if you want to go further, we can do that. So you need to be a high tick closer, all of the above, the skills to be able to close the leads that come in regularly, the systems that will help you be professional. Switch on a button, yeah, and you've got the client in front of you. That's and since COVID, since COVID, guys, more people are doing Zoom calls. And it's great news for us because no longer do we have to drive to a meeting or fly to a meeting. We can do 5 or 6 a day. Okay. So we can make more money from our home, more freedom, less travel, all that good stuff. Okay. So you need that stuff to become a $1 billion closer. There's a few elements to it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna suggest, like if I can do it, you can do it. So Marco can do it. You saw the adversity that he came from. There's no excuses, right? There's just getting up and going because it's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Like, well, am I going to fail? Am I not going to fail? If you don't do something, if you take in action, there's nothing much that's going to change. Okay, anyone can do it if you want. But I want to end up with just a quote before we go. Your past doesn't dictate your future. You don't look backwards. You're not going that way. I've been there in the adversity. So Marco's been there. Remember, it's your belief that takes you to the next levels. Whatever you want to achieve, you're here for a reason. You're probably here because you're frustrated. You want more. And if you want to, not look back, look forward all the time, guys, because that is how you progress and hit your goals. Okay.